We'll find out about Jason removing his shorts in the hot tub.
My wife screams. Hi, I'm Jason.
And I'm Jason.
And this is WhatchaSayJ.
Well, what do you say?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Studebaker.
Studebaker who?
Studebaker. He makes a nice bagel.
That he does. Had them many times.
Hey, we're going to talk about some jokes. Do you like jokes?
Depends on how good they are.
Okay. I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm.
Some jokes kind of fall flat on their face. I'm not really a tell a joke kind of person. I don't remember them that well. Kind of think, oh, that's funny. I'll remember that. And I never remember to say it.
How do you make a tissue dance?
I know this one, but I'll give you the satisfaction. I don't know.
You put a boogie in it.
That's the one.
And you still laugh. Nice.
Hey.
How about people that tell a joke and then are the only one laughing at it?
Been there.
Isn't that awkward?
Have you done that?
Or alternatively, to people that laugh at your joke and then ask you what it means.
I've had that happen too.
Yep.
I don't get it. And why do that?
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, so I'm more of a like to play jokes.
Like a prank.
I'm a little bit of a prankster from time to time.
All right, I've heard this about you.
As evident in our pie eating episode.
Yes.
That was a good one.
Yeah, click there for the link to the pie eating episode. Come back.
Is it on my head?
No, a little higher.
Oh, okay. Jokes I've played. I can think of a few. Do we want to talk about those yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go. Launch right in.
So, my wife is generally my target.
Lucky here.
Dear. So, when we were first married, I did the usual gambit of the rubber band on the sprayer.
Yep,
On the sink.
that's a classic
That's
one.
a classic. I did that several times. I think the last time I did it, I had time to get up from the living room, walk over to her, and shut the water off. She was just standing there, no, stop! And trying to stop it. And I just got over, shut the water off for her. So it was kind of funny, and I've done it a few times. I actually felt really bad about this one afterwards, but our last anniversary, we went out for the weekend. We were having such a nice time. And we were
Your most recent anniversary?
our most recent anniversary, which we were out having a nice time, and we were getting ready to leave someplace. We were getting ready to pull out onto the street, and my wife was drinking out of her Nalgene bottle, and I thought, this is going to be funny. So just as she took a sip, I accelerated, and she dumped a lot of water on herself.
Oh, no. So it was too successful.
It was much more successful than I wanted it to be. I did not win many points for that.
No, I would say not.
I did make it up. I think we did okay. I took her out to dinner, and I was really extra nice, and I vowed not to do that again.
Very good. Very
While
good.
she was wearing her nice clothes.
But so that was a qualifier then?
That was pretty bad. Yeah.
So he won't do it again while she's wearing her nice clothes.
That might be a good way to look at it. A little bit of way to get around it.
You got a little loophole there.
Yeah. So one of the famous ones that we tell about is when we were first married. One night, she woke up to use the restroom in the middle of the night. And I happened to be awake too, and I got this brilliant idea. And as soon as she disappeared out of sight, I jumped out of bed, piled pillows or laundry or whatever I could get out, and under the blanket to make it look like I was still there, because there was a light out in the other room, so you could kind of see in the bedroom. And I crawled under the bed, and I waited. And when she came back, she was getting into bed, I grabbed her ankles. And they disappeared from sight, and she screamed really loud.
I heard about this one.
Yeah, that one gets around. That was pretty funny, actually.
In fact, you got married a little bit before me, and my parents recounted this to me as what not to do when you're married, as an example. So.
Did you listen to them?
I've never done anything like that before. In fact, I was doing my research for this episode, I was trying to come up with any pranks that I pulled on Lori, and I have zero.
Really?
I've never pranked her.
I would think she would feel left out. Well, tell me about some of your pranks that you played, or jokes.
All right, so one thing.
Because you like pranks.
I do.
Yeah.
For some reason, though, I have never really been on the providing end. I've done a few, but one thing that came to mind is that was kind of mean was one year my parents were celebrating an anniversary,
Mm-hmm.
and my dad had bought this really nice piece of jewelry for my mom. So we were all sitting around the table, and they're having their moment where he was handing over things, and their eyes are connecting, and all the like gross things that you don't want to see your parents do. And then I had a balloon under the table, and just at the moment where things are getting the most mushy, I popped it. So, not a great idea, but it was a prank.
That's why you don't share moments like that with your children.
It was funny for a moment, but for me, maybe. After that,
I bet you got a look from your mom or dad or both.
And well, yeah, it didn't go well. I definitely didn't score points for that one.
That's awesome.
So, let's see. I was actually part of a prank unknowingly one time.
Mm-hmm.
This was on April Fool's Day, which is notorious in my family. My mom usually tries to get us with
From
April
merriment.
Fool's jokes. Yes. And so basically, if my mom tries to tell you anything on April 1, don't believe it. It's probably fake. So
Unless she yells like fire and there's smoke coming from the house.
no,
I would believe
it's
that.
just an elaborate prank.
Okay.
Go back to bed. So this particular year, I happened to be in Ireland with my grandfather. We were touring Ireland for a school trip.
Yeah.
And my mom told
Was your
Pretty much
grandfather a chaperone?
no, he was my guest.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't that kind of school trip. This was college. We don't need chaperones.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So my mom told my family that we couldn't come back because there was some kind of problem with our passports or something. So we were stuck in Ireland, which everybody started celebrating, and so it kind of didn't really work out so well. But it's still pretty funny.
That is pretty funny. Good one on your mom's.
Yes,
effort
so
there.
that was probably the best April Fool's prank that I've heard of. Although my sister was recounting another one to me today that she pulled,
Okay.
where my grandfather was just newly moved up to Maine from Florida, and it was springtime, and the robins were out, and so my grandfather was enjoying watching them. But my mom told him that you have to keep an eye on them because sometimes the moose like to chase the robins. So he was in rapt attention, staring out the window, just keeping his eyes peeled for these moose to come gallivanting out and chase the robins away.
That's pretty funny.
Grandpa, I love you. You're gullible.
Does your grandpa watch these videos?
I hope so.
Now that you've called him gullible.
It's
All right, I
a
have
term
one.
of endearment.
I have one more. April's Fool made me think of it. I'll explain it quickly. We have a gentleman that I work with that is a fan of popcorn. He eats popcorn all the time. He usually has like a grocery bag full of popcorn. You know, the plastic bags you get from the grocery store.
Whoa.
And almost all the time he's got popcorn. One night, me and one of the other coworkers decided we are going to make him some popcorn. Well, we know what night it was. It was April 1st was the next day.
Okay.
So we got one of those air poppers, and we got 10 pounds of kernels. Now, I don't know if you've ever popped 10 pounds of kernels, but it pops a lot of popcorn.
You could feed a theater off that.
You could. Easily. I think that's more than the theater would go through. So we happened to be in a good situation that night. We were both doing tasks that didn't require a lot of definite attention, so we would take shifts popping popcorn, and we packed in one of those great big, like 35-gallon clear trash bags full of popcorn, and we left it on his desk. And that got some good laughs.
I bet.
I think there was only one person in the shop that was annoyed by it. One of the managers was less than annoyed, thought we wasted a lot of time, but we did not lose any productivity because of it.
It sounds like something I would have seen on The Office.
It was great. I think that will be remembered for long to come.
I like that, but I think you're leaving out number one. There was a certain prank which involved a certain hot tub and pairs of shorts.
Oh, hot tub prank.
Yes, we need to recount this one because this is one that guys can reuse.
This is a good one.
Okay.
So, a hot tub. I was probably in my teens, and this was a youth group activity. We went to a pool that had a hot tub, and I thought this quite early ahead of time, and I was sitting in the hot tub. There was one of my friends that I grew up with, Micah was his name, and there were several other people, some girls, some guys. And I got in the hot tub and pulled off my shorts and threw them off. But being that there were bubbles in the hot tub, nobody could really tell. I actually had 2 pairs of shorts. But it was pretty entertaining. Cleared the hot tub. The only guy left was my best friend Mike at the time. And,
You thought he was really
he
comfortable.
just kind of sat there and went,
Did he take his off too?
yeah, no, nobody else joined in. I would have said something.
Then
I would have run out of
then
the
you
pool.
would have been jumping out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably my number one. Remember, if I hear the word prank, that's the only thing I think of. Probably is that one right there.
I'm glad I've impressed that upon you. All right, well, let's close this episode out.
All right, so here we have a mysterious bowl of endings.
All right, you ready for this?
All right, let's go.
1, 2, 3, shoot! Dynamite.
That's not a thing.
It's a joke, and I blew you up. You lose.
Fine.
I don't.
One time only.
That was a one-time use. I want to roll.
You gotta win somehow, I guess.
Cheat.
Children love to run with them. Barbers use them as a tool for their trade.
I like to throw them.
Throw them when we're playing rock, paper, scissors.
You got it.
The rock tends to break them. Yeah, Dwayne Johnson, the Rock, he's really against scissors for some reason. So scissors are very important in life. They help you cut paper into snowflakes. Did you ever do that when you were a kid?
Yes.
You fold a piece of paper like 6
still
times
do
and
it.
then cut little random shapes out of it, and then you have a beautiful work of art that your mom can hang on the fridge.
I
And
like
there's like
scissors.
30 different of these random snowflake things all over the fridge. Scissors, they're great.
Get some.
Like and subscribe.
Be sure to
Thanks for watching.
comment.